So the next parts, the extra seven, I'm going to talk about competition. And it's a perfect competition market, which we all the following we have monopoly, oligopoly. But first, I'm going to talk about perfect competition first. So in a perfect competition market, how firms choose how much they produce. Perfect competition, we assume that it's lots of firms and the firms are price takers. It means they just receive the price, they count, set a price, not a price maker, just a price taker. And the firms faces perfectly elastic demand curve. That means, yeah, it's very obviously because they are price takers. So even if the funds increase the market, then he got zero demand because the, it's price taker. Okay, so the condition is sell all identical products and perfect consumer knowledge. That means that consumer knows all the funds all the funds prices of each funds of this item. Okay, so it's also the costless search. They don't need much. They don't need much effort to get those information. The short run cost maximization. Short run. We're talking about short run. Short run of perfectly competition scenario market. Okay, so just like with assumption before, capital market in the short run profit short run product is fixed, and the profit, which is a pi, a variable pi, is equals to revenue minus cost, and the cost includes opportunity cost. So how to maximizing profits? Profits profit function Q equals to revenue function Q minus the cost function Q. So produce we produce a lot of items until the profits equal to zero. Then we stop produce because the next item well we will lose money. Okay, so we produce until the profit equals to zero. It means at that item the marginal revenue equals to marginal cost. So we know that given the price will equals to marginal cost. So we can see that we can see this revenue is a linear line because all of the items sell at the same price. The cost do not linear hits a curve parabol because and we want to maximization. So we want to find the lowest point of cost line and the largest gap between revenue minus cost. Yeah, because as you hire more labor, the marginal cost will higher because it's a diminishing marginal utility. So yeah, at that point, so we want to maximize our profits. Okay, so profit per unit, it's marginal cost. Its marginal cost equals to price as a competition market, perfectly competition market. And the profit per unit is your profits derived by Q equals to all your profit and the revenue and cost of derived by Q. So the average revenue minus the average cost should equals to the price minus average cost, because the price is equals to average revenue equals to average cost. Average um the price is average revenue because you sell it, you give money and you derive by Q, so it's a actually price equal to average revenue and minus average cost, so it's a profit per unit. Okay, so is a profit negative? No, it's zero. Not sure. In a short run, that can be negative, that can be positive, that can be zero. But in the long run, it's zero. We will talk about that later. Still need to pay fixed costs if producing nothing. Yeah, because fixed cost is capital is fixed. You can't optimize that. So the shutting point is your price is smaller than your average variable cost. That means even if you in the long run you optimize all the factor, but it can still to take back loss variable cost. So you should shut down. You should access this market. The supply curve is a fund supply is marginal cost curve as long as the price is greater than average variable cost. Just shut them points. So it's a very important concept that is the fund supply curve equals to marginal cost curve. And the marginal market supply curve is sum of fund supply curves. And more form, more elastic, more elastic. So it's S1, S2, S3, more form, more elastic. That is elastic means the consumer is very sensitive to the price. Okay, so let's shut run equilibrium. What's the takeaway here? Firm chooses K capital, given inputs, prices, and the production function. Get a cost function and set marginal cost equals to P equals to price. You need to get a cost function. It's very important because the following calculation it's all depending on cost, and we have marginal cost. We will set the average cost. We need a cost function. So we set the marginal cost equals to the price, which gives the fund supply curve, because the fund sub each fund supply curve is marginal cost curve. So that is above the price is greater, above the price is greater the average variable cost, which is a shutting point. And we find market supply curve given the number of funds. Set supply equals to demand, we get the price, get quantity after price. That's how we find the short run equilibrium of the markets. So it's a first part of perfect competition analysis talk discussion. The next part I'm talking about the second part of perfect competition, what we need to uh what we should keep in mind. So that's part one. See you next time.